probably 13 or 14 years old. There was a woman that came into the pool hall that played this game, even though this was a pretty rough place. She somehow managed to come in, win, and get out. So I wanted to make a movie about that.
When you came back and you directed Double Down South. Tell me about the impetus for that idea and how directing it came to be for you.
I think in 1975 or 76, I had this idea of a woman pool hustler because I used to go to a pool hall in Nashville called 20th Century Pool Hall. And in the back, they played a game called Keno where they put a board on the table and the board had holes drilled in it and a little ramp that comes up off the felt on the pool table. And so the simplest part of the idea is to try to hit, the one ball into the one hole or the 15 ball. But there's also a double hole in the middle of that table, and there's a pathway up to it. And if you set the balls during the break, before the break properly, and you break correctly, the balls will hit a rail and crisscross and then come right up toward the double hole. And if you hit the double hole on the break, you win twice the bet. You win double the bet, and you get to rack and shoot again. So first time I played it, I was probably 13 or 14 years old. Back then, $1 was money. So I put that up on the table, waited my turn. And when it was finally my turn, the guy said, okay, kid, it's my break. So he broke and he hit a double and he said, you owe me $2. And I guess I wasn't paying close enough attention. And I said, well, I only bet $1. He said, well, wake up. I just hit a double. You owe me $2. So I gave him $2 and I got ready to shoot. He goes, no.
What now?
It's my shot again. So I thought, what do you mean? He said, it's my break. I keep breaking or until I miss. Oh my God. So if you make another double, you get $4. And he's a smart kid.
So that's the Trapakino.
So he made another double and I owed him $4. And I said, look, if you make another double, I don't have $8. He said, you got that watch you're wearing. I'm like, oh God. Wow. So he missed and I got up to shoot and somebody said,
you should know you only quit when it's your turn. So if you shoot now and miss, he can start doubling up on you all over again.
So I didn't even get to shoot. I walked away.
Nicely played, gents.
So and there was a woman that came into the pool hall that played this game. I think that's what drew me back there to put my money up there in the first place, just watching her. She was attractive, and even though this was a pretty rough place, she somehow managed to come in, win, and get out. So I wanted to make a movie about that. Totally couldn't figure it out at the time, totally forgot about it. And then somehow a month into COVID, 2 months into COVID, popped into my head, wow, I wanted to do that. And I suddenly realized what the story would be. And 40 years of taking showers, and finally, one worked. And so I wrote the script. A friend of mine who is a retired television show running director read it, said, I know some people I think they'll invest in this thing. And they did. And, a year later, we were making the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so much more of an expedited process than any of the other stuff that you're talking about.
Right. Medicine Man happened that quickly.
Okay.
Even faster. I mean, I think I finished the script, turned in the script in August, and they were shooting in January. So.
Oh, wow.
But this too, and maybe because it was COVID and there just wasn't a lot happening, but we just got to do it.
And you got to direct.
Yeah.